The domain isn't Digital Media and Web Productions, instead it's Digital Media and Web Design. This is a typo and I can't change it. WordPress didn't actually give me the domain I paid for, but it instead added a .online at the end. I started with a blank template, but I had difficulty understanding what my website was going to look like, so I restarted and added a template. A lot of the template was actually just replaced or just removed for the website. I first added 4 columns. My plan was to have all 4 on the top menu and also on the front page. I based the idea off of Epic Games' website. I added a hyperlink to each photo, and that acted as my buttons. I designed the buttons by getting an image, editing the transparency on top of a colored background, then adding some text on top. When designing my logos, I wanted them to be simplistic, rememberable, and easy to understand. The microphone was the first logo I started. The top is taken from a picture of a microphone, since I didn't know how to apply textures at the time, and the bottom was made by creating a shape in grey, rounding out the curves, then using a burn tool to make a shade. The letters on top were blurred. The pair went through multiple different design revisions. I started from an image in Google, and then I thought I could add like a 2-color split with hand-drawn text. This didn't look nice, so I transitioned towards a green, and then add some letters. I did scrap it when I went further towards more red designs. I thought a red color would be unique, but I forgot about YouTube. This became most apparent with the YouTube pair. I took the pair design, made it red, then added a play button. I scrapped it, and this was also when I decided to go with a much more simpler design with text. The prototype came from when I experimented with merging the 2 ideas. And I also learnt how to take textures from images. This is why the red text has a texture of a pear. The odd background comes from a planned colour for the background of the web page. Both of these were scrapped. Mirror was an idea I had since the microphone. However, I began to design it alongside overlapping letters, and overlapping letters became my final design. The mirror was designed by using the gradient tool on a page and applying the same techniques used in the prototype. The text is mirrored as well. The D is the P and the M is a W. That's why it goes between upper and lowercase, unlike my other logos, to better fit the mirror design. My final design, overlapping letters, was exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. The design made it much more like how a corporation would design something today, being associated with rememberability. Overlapping letters was created by creating 4 separate text boxes, DMWP, separating them. I then put the tagline at the bottom, Digital Media and Web Productions, in at the end. The first animation I designed had 2 separate components. A reveal of the logo based on the next up titles of Doctor Who, and the text reveal. The first half was a position keyframe, and the second just had the text at the bottom, cropped then uncropped. The second design was inspired by Stranger Things' title sequence, specifically the letters all coming together. All I did was keyframe the position of each letter and have the text come in later. My third design was based on a zoom-in fade used in Life on Mars' intro. In the end, I edited the transparency to the logo and slightly edited the zoom. My fourth isn't based off of anything. I just thought up the idea. With my final design, I had no source material. However, I did recently watch Star Wars, so I wanted to use yaw. The logo was made by just keyframing the yaw and positions and slightly altering them to make them look smoother when they're actually coming together. There are a lot more things I wanted to talk about with the website, so I'm going to skim over videos. South End was done in an Adobe program. The background color is actually a box in the background with the picture edited in transparency. Here's my green screen video, which was done in the same program as the South End ones. It's quite short because it's basically unfinished. Here's my golf video, which was done in DaVinci Resolve. Most of the sound effects are from the files that were given to us. However, the marker noises are from the internet, alongside the breathing noises. Our photos is just photos I took whilst with family, and then photo I took whilst location scouting. I decided to add multiple different types of blocks here so that there's variety. This is services. I created this GIF by searching up something on YouTube, taking the footage, then putting a new triangle in the top. This footage was stock footage. The GIF is uploaded in Giphy. Link is in the description of the video. This is the Services tab. All this is here to make it look more convincing as a corporate company, including a coming soon section and multiple mentions of a sign up. Speaking of sign up, it's in the top right at all times and the bottom right at all times. Sign up was made by adding a paragraph block, then a sign up block. Contact Us is just a page full of a map and social media links. If you go on Google Maps, you can actually, if you click on the share button, embed a map and get the code that's required to put it onto a website. Then on WordPress, you just have to put it on a HTML block. I plan on adding another social media here. This is a problem I can't fix. Videos just leads to our videos, and this here, which is a placeholder, will lead to the website creation video,